Hey guys, I'm back again to give you another video on how to handle eating out, how to handle eating at a friend's house or going to someone else's house when you're not quite sure exactly what's going to be available to eat. Yesterday I did a video on the foods we can eat, how to find out your net carbs, which once again is subtracting the total carbs from the dietary fibers. If there's any sugar, alcohols, those come off as well. Did that yesterday. Check that out if you haven't already seen that. I also did a video last week on the keto way of life. If you haven't seen any of the videos, the keto way of life, the keto lifestyle, and what I've been doing for the past 7.5 months and how I've lost 50 pounds of unwanted fat. Anyway, this lifestyle, like I said before, is amazing, and you can eat amazing foods on this way of life. But it is definitely challenging when you go to a friend's house to have dinner with them because you never know what to expect. I had a friend text me on Friday and say, hey, I watched your video on Monday, was super excited to try the keto lifestyle, but I'm going to a family dinner tonight and they're getting pizza. She said, how do I handle that? I don't feel that probably having pizza at this point is a great idea, which she's correct. But do I eat before I go? What would you do? Here's what I normally do. I told her I would either bring something along. I've totally called my mom already and been like, hey, can I bring my own food? Because I knew what she was preparing wasn't something that I could eat, and I didn't want her to feel obligated to make me something different. So I've done that before. The other option I said is if you're getting pizza and you're ordering from a store, can you either have them get you a salad or, pay for a salad, whatever. I've done that before as well. Most of the time when I'm going to a friend's house, I will call them ahead of time and say, hey, I'm going to bring a salad, or are you going to have salad? Because then that way I know I have at least one thing I can eat. I can eat a big salad and then I can eat a little portion of the other side. Because once again, when you go to a friend's house, you don't want to offend anybody by not eating their food. But most people by now that are my friends know that I'm doing this lifestyle, know that I've been low carb. And there again, I don't want them to feel like they have to make me special food, but they're going to be more understanding if I'm only going to eat salad or, picking off the meat or whatever with whatever they make. That is going to be the hardest thing. Eating out is a lot easier because when you go to a restaurant, most places have low carb options on their menu because a lot of places have veggies. So you can pretty much always get a tossed salad and then grab a veggie on the side. So if you go to Texas Roadhouse, Applebee's, all of those places, they're going to have low carb options for your sides. The other option is to get a salad, just being careful that you're watching what they're putting in the salad. Obviously, if you're getting corn and tortilla chips because you're getting like a taco salad, that's not going to work so great. But if you're going to get like a Cobb salad that has avocado and chicken and tomatoes and things like that, that's fine. Or, blue cheese salads or whatever you're going to be getting. But there again, you're going to watch your dressings. Ranch, Italian, oil and vinegar. Those are going to be your options. Caesar salads are good. You're not going to want to have a honey mustard dressing, even though they taste really good. You're not going to want to have one of those because there's going to be sugar in those and add up your carb count. So here again, a lot of times when I go to a friend's house, I'll bring my own drink along. That way I have something to drink. I don't always like to drink water, so I might bring a diet tea along or things like that. My friends have been super supportive in me doing so. So I don't feel that that should be a huge problem for most of you. But there again, you have to do what you feel is best. If you're going to offend somebody, the one time we went to a friend's house and she made stromboli. And I kind of just picked out the meat. And I was like, a couple weeks later, I was like, I hope you weren't offended that I didn't eat that because I kind of felt like I was being wasteful. She's like, oh my word, no. She's like, I totally understand that you don't want the extra bread. You're right. I didn't. But I wanted to make sure that I wasn't offending her because I realized then I was being wasteful per se. But so far, everybody's been super understanding about that. It can be hard, finding ways or finding things to make. But for the most part, you can pretty much make something work. And there again, bring a salad along so you have a healthy option to eat. The desserts are going to be the biggie. And there again, that's just going to be something you're either going to decide, hey, I'm going to have this dessert today and indulge for the day, or you're going to be good and you're going to, keep away from it. I have a birthday party. My brother's birthday party is next Saturday. I had a friend's birthday party this morning, so I did eat a cupcake because it was a salted caramel one, which is my favorite. But that was the only thing I did today, you know, cheated or whatever for today. And there again, yeah. So that was twice this weekend, I guess. But, you know, you only live once. So at least if I'm still continuing to lose the rest of the week, I'll do hard until Friday or Saturday when I have my brother's birthday dinner. And then, you know, we'll go from there. But hopefully, at least if I can eat good the rest of the day, it shouldn't be terrible, I guess. Maybe I'm not the greatest spokesperson for this diet because I do, you know, cheat sometimes. But you only live once, people. You only live once. And there again, the slower you take it off, hopefully the longer you'll keep it off. If you drop it so fast you can't keep it off, that's not helpful. So yes, I do more, they call it lazy keto. I do more lazy keto. Strict keto is a totally different ballgame, but I have found that lazy keto works for me. And there again, I don't want to, as I said before, I don't want to deprive myself so much that I can't keep it off because I'm wanting ice cream when I go out to eat with my family. So, but there's been times I've gone out for dinner with my family and I've not gotten ice cream because I've been full and I've chosen that I'm not going to have it. It just depends on the day. The salted caramel cupcake, I really wasn't going to have it today until I heard it was salted caramel. I looked at them and I was like, they look really good. I'm going to be good. I'm not going to have any. And then they explained the flavors to me and I saw it was salted caramel, and yeah, that is my big old weakness. And so, yeah, that's what I had. But once again, you move on, you go back tomorrow, you start over. I already have my lunch ready for tomorrow. I made scrambled eggs like I talked about, scrambled eggs with onions and peppers and spinach with some mozzarella cheese. Have that already for breakfast tomorrow. Lunch, I have a salad with chicken salad on top. That's already ready to go. So my lunch is prepped, ready to go for tomorrow. That's another big thing with this lifestyle is making sure you're prepared. If you go in and you're not prepared, you're going to fail. There again, the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's hard to prep meals, but you can do it. I prep my meals. I try to prep once a month, make my meals out and things like that, and then every week. But I try to keep cheese sticks in my fridge. Like I said, the sugar-free Jell-O. I always have those wisps I have on hand, other kinds of cheese, bacon I try to keep on hand, peppers and broccoli and just the veggies that you can eat, things like that, so that I always have something to go to if I need something. Tonight was kind of, for dinner, was kind of a throw together, whatever you want. Well, I had sausages that I had grilled up yesterday, so I made onions and peppers that I sauteed in a pan with the sausage, put that all together. That was dinner. I'm full. I'll be good till morning. So that was it. Once again, it doesn't take me much to be filled up anymore because of the higher fat. Obviously, I used butter and olive oil to saute the veggies, and then the sausage was higher in fat. So I'm definitely good until tomorrow. So anyway, like I said before, if you have any more questions, bring them at me. Bring them on. I would love to answer them as best as I can, but those are going to be the big things. When you go out to eat, being conscious with what you order. Olive Garden now has zoodles too that you can get, which is zucchini noodles that you can order with your pasta. I went to a hibachi grill the other week and I was like, do you guys have cauliflower rice? The lady looked at me like I have 4 heads, but I still asked. The worst she said was no, and obviously she did, and that was fine. So I just had a little portion of rice there too. But more and more places I feel are adding low carb options to their menus. So sometimes you just have to ask what's low carb, or do you have low carb items or options on your menu. Someone asked where I can get the cauliflower rice. The cauliflower rice you can get in the freezer section of any grocery store. Costco sometimes has it. Last time I was there, I didn't see any, but I have found that you can make your own cauliflower rice, buying a head of cauliflower and ricing it with a grater. But when I did it, it like majorly failed and it looked like grits. And so it wasn't very good. And so I just decided it's easier and cheaper for me to buy it, because then that way I know that it's riced and it's, you know, it's nice and big. Now the cauliflower mash, I do make that myself. You can buy mashed cauliflower frozen as well and then microwave that. But I usually just buy frozen cauliflower. I will put it in the microwave and steam it and then mash it. Now, the best way I found to mash it is definitely in a food processor or a blender. I've done my KitchenAid mixer, didn't work. I bought a hand mixer or a hand blender, like an immersion blender. That didn't even work, which I was really sad because getting my big old food processor out is kind of a pain. Plus it's hot and all of that. I haven't tried the blender, which I'm sure that would work the same, but it's just as messy as my food processor, and that's what I've chose to use. But those are good options for using. But yeah, a hand mixer, a KitchenAid stand mixer, or an immersion blender, they didn't quite work. It didn't quite get the full consistency, and then it doesn't taste like mashed potatoes, I guess you could say. According to my husband, they still don't taste like mashed potatoes, but whatever. I like them, so I'm going to continue to eat them. So once again, keto on. Super excited to hear your success stories. So let me know if you need me to encourage you, or, you know, have personal testimonies to me, hit me up. I would love to hear them. Once again, if you need encouragement from me, don't hesitate to contact me, and I will definitely keep you accountable, because that's what I needed people to keep me accountable. I would constantly text my friend, Chris, who talked to me about this diet, and I was like, hey, I finally lost 10 pounds. Or, you know, I probably drove him nuts because I was texting him with my updates, and, you know, I'm like, hey, I'm in this size, and he's a guy, so he has no idea what size that really is, but I was super excited. So, and in turn, then he was excited for me. So anyway, once again, love you guys. So thankful that you guys are all listening to these videos. Hope they're helpful. Once again, if you have questions, don't hesitate to hit me up, and I will see you guys later. Keto on. Bye.